Hello everybody, Bill Harrison here with Harden Power Systems. Wanted to introduce you to a new product. It is part of our ToughPUP line. ToughPUP gets some giggles, but the PUP is an acronym for Portable Universal Power. The tough, I suppose, is obvious. It's a big part of what we do. This is the ToughPUP MRC. MRC is for multi-role communications. The concept and large portions of the design were driven through a military request. It is in some ways similar to some of the standard military gear. It is definitely geared, though, more towards folks like you and I in terms of its price point. It is built into a Pelican 1620, so it's a big case. Don't drop it on your foot. This machine runs about 45 pounds without some of the equipment that the user would carry in it. It's got wheels and a handle, like most of the larger Pelicans do. It is waterproof and dustproof. The way that we build into Pelicans is a little different than a lot of places. We don't pierce the case at all. The integrity of the case is 100% intact. Now, I've got the machine tipped up a little bit. Hopefully you can see okay what we're talking about here. From a military standpoint, this is really geared towards a situation where you need to have communications wherever you're at, powered wherever you're at. Those communications would be satellite and internet and secure communications and ham and man-to-man radios. The ToughPUP MRC uses a 60-watt solar panel, so a lot of energy. That 60-watt panel fits under the lid. Uses a Morningstar controller to manage that power. It's got a significant battery bank. It's got a 36 amp hour battery bank. To you energy folks, that means something. Actually, the battery is this unit here, and there's two of these in the bank. This is made by Jupiter Batteries out of Texas. Great outfit, really nice equipment. If you're looking for really good AGM batteries, check out Jupiter Battery in Texas. We've been real happy with them. So it's got a 36 amp hour battery bank, uses the 60-watt panel for incoming power. It's also got an automatic standard AC charger, so you can plug it into the wall. It's got a 400-watt inverter with an 800-watt surge, so it's not a tremendous amount of AC power, but it's more than enough to run a couple of laptops, desktop radios, things like that. It has the same type of power points that our juice boxes and the other ToughPUPs have, as far as 12-volt DC. It's got several different USB ports, a couple that are 1 amp, and one in particular that's 2 amps in case you're pushing something or using something that needs quite a bit more power. One of the neat things about this system is, and this one has not been customized yet, this pick and pluck foam is still intact, but the idea is that the satellite transceiver, in this case it's a Beacon made by Hughes, but it's a pretty good sized unit that's meant to communicate with satellites two-way. That fits down in this recess. This foam would be plucked out to exactly match the shape of that unit. That unit fits in here, and then the protective foam goes on top, and then the next pick and pluck goes in place, and that allows the voids to be created for the two-way transceivers, satellite telephone, stuff like that. Here's a padded slot for a tablet computer. Another padded slot is here for the full-size keyboard. There's a cubby here for, the transformers and power supplies, adapters and cables and things are inevitable. So at least there's a padded, kind of a junk drawer, if you will, for that stuff to go into. It's got direct connections for the solar panel. It's got Anderson power poles like most of the ham guys and search and rescue guys would expect to see. One of the neat things is it has a dedicated spot for our Revolt armored battery, as well as a dedicated charging system for it. So here is one of our Revolt Mark IIs. This Revolt slides into its own padded slot, and then there's a DC pigtail, and when you plug it in, the ToughPUP begins automatically charging or simply maintaining, either way, the Revolt. This also has a couple of other useful features, especially useful if you've ever used anything like this, and you wind up with a lot of stuff. You're trying to stay organized. It's got two folding shelves. Not sure what the capacity would be, but it's easily 20-30 pounds. They're strong. But a place to set radios or phones or a fan or lights, and keep them up out of your way. It's also, speaking of lights, has a fairly bright, it's only 1 watt in terms of the power it pulls, but it's, I think there's 90 LED bulbs built into a single strip that's hidden up here. One of the nice things is if you fold the shelves up, this is a real nice diffused light, very easy to read or to work by, or just to light up a room without glare. If you do drop the shelves, it casts quite a lot more light up and out. And then there's also a small 3 LED red light. Hope you can see that. You probably can. Not meant to be worked by as a task light necessarily, but it's a surprising amount of light in a dark room. And what it will do is allow you to at least see what you're doing without spoiling your night vision, especially if all you were doing was running radios or equipment that you were familiar with and you just needed a little bit of light to see what you were doing. It's got a quick reference card here that's laminated and screwed to the underside of the shelf. Primarily if somebody is unfamiliar with the equipment and they need to use it, more or less in a glance, you can see the different features, see what the different components do and how to operate them. It's got, and these are made by Trip Light. These are nice power strips. It's got 6 outlets for power strips, and I suppose that's about it. This is not yet up on our website. I hope it will be in probably a week or two. The civilian pricing for this model is probably going to be in the neighborhood of $1,500. Something like this, we definitely want to talk to the customer before they buy. Just want to get a handle on what you want to do with it. We anticipate ham radio people and ham radio clubs, search and rescue folks. Just talk to us before you actually hit the buy button, so we can try to be sure that that the equipment you think is going to fit is actually going to fit. And if there's something that we can do up front that's fairly straightforward, that makes it easier on you down the road just because we talked about it, by all means, let's talk about it. In any event, please come to portableuniversalpower.com. Love to see you at the site. Love to see your comments on Facebook and Twitter and our YouTube account, Heart and Power. Appreciate the comments, and keep them coming. Thanks, guys. Again, this is Bill Harrison. We'll talk to you later.